Well, good afternoon. So, as you all can see, I'm not live at 6 a.m. like normal, and I know that this is probably going to take a little getting used to. I'm hoping that this is kind of the schedule that I can follow here in the future. Hopefully I can get off work around 4 o'clock every day and start streaming. So I've got a little bit of news, and that's more or less why I wanted to live stream today. I'm not sure we're going to get much done. Excuse me, the hiccups. But I had a couple announcements to make and just a couple of things to talk about in general. So first off, this is going to be another week where I have family over. It feels like we just had family over a couple months ago, but we did. So family's coming over again. I won't be able to live stream the rest of the week. Also, because of family coming over, I didn't quite get enough Let's Build Twitter done. I kind of slacked off and I didn't get to work on it as much because of internet issues and different things like that. So next week, there's probably not going to be any Let's Build Twitter, unfortunately. I'm going to try my best to kind of get stuff ready, and then I'll try to record Monday and get stuff ready. Maybe I'll be able to record and upload on Monday and have stuff ready, but it's not looking great. Again, I'm going to try to update everything and let people know that my schedule is now going to be at around 4 p.m. Central Time or 5 p.m. EST. Technically, I think the company I'm working for, again, nothing official yet. I'm signing all my paperwork and stuff here probably first thing tomorrow morning because I want to do this for now. I'm just getting all my paperwork in and everything like that, so I'm working on that. So with that being said, super exciting. So last time we talked and worked, we were dealing with the API, and now you can see that we have this working. There is a small little bug here. We need to make that see-through, obviously. So that is cool. These are all somewhat working. Obviously, we need to be able to click on these and actually search those different icons. And then also we need to be able to be like, okay, like hello, whenever hello pops up, this needs to kind of display. But all of this is more or less working. We can close out of this. So that's the good news. So now I gotta kind of think about what we want to do next. I think maybe we want to just get clicking on one of these working, maybe. And then kind of moving on from there. So let's close out of this. And then the frozen GIF, we already have something in there. So the frozen GIF, we need to basically, if we click on one of these frozen GIFs, we need to make it so that it updates kind of like the search. We're gonna have to look into how to use the search, basically. So we're gonna have to look at some documentation, so we're gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna paste that in like so. And then let's see. So what we want to be able to do is search based off of, let's see. But I'm not sure how many the limit is. Let's look at Twitter. So I'm going to hop on Twitter real quick. And I'm going to see how much pops up whenever we click on a GIF. So hit GIF. And if you click on this, ooh, it pops up a bunch and it automatically pops up more as you scroll. I wonder if we can. I'm going to look at something real quick. So I'm going to close out of this. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing here. That's fine. I'm going to go into the network tab and I'm going to open up the GIF. And then I'm going to open up the agree. I'm going to see what this looks like. So let's see here. What is this guy? Notifications. Apparently, there is no... You know what? Unless they have an internal thing going on, which maybe they do. So, there's no limit on this. That's the thing. And maybe we do limit it just to kind of make it easier on ourselves. So, let's see here. We do JavaScript. Let's see. We use JavaScript. Basically, what we say is, where's the actual GET request? So here's this callback search API keys. So they call tenor, Google API search, the term, your API key, your client key, and your limit. Do we have to put a limit on there, I wonder? Let's double check to see if we have to have a limit on this. I'm not sure if you do. So let's see, parameters, key, client key, media filter, limit. Limit is optional. The default is 20, the max is 50. Okay. So in Twitter, I think basically just make some, probably at the same height, it looks like. It looks like Twitter basically styles them to have the same height and then sees how many they can fit on the page and just kind of go from there, I suppose. I'm not sure how we're going to swap this out, so that's going to be something else we have to basically explore. So I guess what we'll do, I'm not sure, it says the max you can grab is 50 and position. So retrieve the results from the start value, use non-zero, and then value from next returned. Is this for, I'm going to see what this is. This is for the basic search. Okay. Search filter, country, locale, country filter, for content filter, media filter, AR aspect range, random. We probably want that. Limit, and then position. So this is gonna have next. I guess it's gonna come with next, and it's gonna come with results. So I think that might be fine. Let's just go ahead and see what happens whenever we click on it and go from there. We might need to, we might need to set up a, we might need to set up like a GIF slice or something just to kind of swap the GIFs out, but we'll see what happens here. So if I could do this, that'd be great. Let's go ahead, I guess, and just play with this. So this is gonna be a pain in the butt. However, so on our frozen GIF, thanks for the like, whoever that was, we need an on click on the canvas. So let's go ahead and say const search by term, and then it has the text, right? Yeah, it has the text. So this will basically say something like, we need Axios. So let's import Axios. Axios from, now here's the issue though. Maybe instead of doing it like this, we might need to do it from here. We might need like some special thing here to see whether or not, what's the word for it? We're in preview mode or not. So let's make a state. We'll say const, const preview and set preview equal to use state, and then this will be a boolean, and then this will be false, right? And then what we're gonna go and do from here, this is actually needs to start out as true, and then we're gonna say, we're gonna come in here, we're gonna say preview question mark, and then otherwise we'll just have display all GIFs or something. We'll probably set up a new like preview box or something like that in here just to make it slightly different. But we'll just do that for now. And what we're gonna go ahead and do is, let's say const fetch GIFs, and this will be equal to an arrow. And we might need to pass in the search term. So maybe we pass in the term here, which is a string, and then we do one of these, right? Const fetch GIFs, what's your problem? Block scope, not redeclare. Oh shoot. Fetch GIFs by search, or by term maybe. And then we'll also say async. And then I guess, well, we're just setting the categories there, so we might need to like set the actual GIFs or something here. Again, we'll mess with it. We're just kind of playing around today. So now what we'd want to do is be like, so we'll do the same thing. We'll say client key is equal to Twitter. Then we can say and then this is going to be search URL equal to, and we're going to grab it from here. So we want, let's go back to the example. So we want the tenor, blah, 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 all of this crap. I don't know why Twitter uses such old, or I mean, Google uses such old ways to do this. But basically we're going to say backticks, right? So Q will be the search term. Let's deal with this. So this will be, get rid of that. $, curly brace. This will be term. Then we'll have and key. The key will equal to, key will equal, I can't think. The key is going to be $, curly brace, enter underscore key. Please don't display the key. And then we're going to have and client underscore t, and whoops, and clients underscore key. And this will be equal to, and then this will be $, curly brace, client key. And then our and limit equal to whatever the limit is. Let's just say 30 for now. And then we're going to clear this out. So that should make an API request. And then what we're going to do is, whenever we click on this, we're going to go ahead and make a let res equal to await axios.post or get, and then this is going to be search URL, right? And then we'll say let data. Well, actually, we don't need to say let data. Let's just go ahead and console.log our res.data just to see what that looks like. And from here, what we need to do is we need to add like an on click to this. So let's do a couple things here. So number 15, modify. We'll say modify the feed post creator GIF modal preview to be able to search by term. And then we'll say number 16, update the feed post creator frozen GIF to use the on click. The only issue here is that we might have to make a special frozen one because of the fact that what's the word for it? Because of the fact that the on click might be slightly different, or I guess actually we can just change what the on click is. I'm just stupid. That's completely fine as well. So on the frozen GIF, because all we need to do is pass in and handle clicked, and this will just take in nothing, I guess. Well, actually, no, this is going to take in a handle clicked, and this will be void, but this is going to take in a term string. Then we need to pass in this handle clicked, and then handle clicked will be the on click on the canvas. So on click equal to, whoops, handle clicked. What's this problem? Term void is not assignable to yada yada yada. So we might have to say const handle canvas clicked, and then we're gonna have to say handle clicked, and then pass in the text, I guess. Although, that's not gonna work. Yeah, we're gonna cross that road when we get there. We're just gonna go ahead and do this just to get it to work. Well, maybe work. We'll see. So that's modified. Now let's modify the preview. So we're gonna say handle clicked is equal to fetch gifs by term, and that should be fine. All right, and then now what we want to do, let me think for a second. Let's just go ahead and try to click on one and see if I screwed anything up. I probably did. Go into our inspect window, go to our console. We have a bunch of prints and stuff we need to get rid of. So if I go to my GIF page and I click on stressed, okay, we got 30 results. Now, how do we actually use this next request is my question. Do we call literally just next, I wonder? So we go back in here. I think there's like a next, right? So position. Retrieves. So it's not that. It's not AR range. How do you use next? Is there one down here that shows next? Let's see. Featured. Categories. Suggestions. Autocomplete. Trending. Register share. Maybe back up here there's a way it shows us how to use next. Let's see. In this example. So send yada yada yada. So this is just getting the data. There's no it doesn't show us how to use next. It just has the one for search term. It doesn't have anything with next. Position identifier to use with the next API query through the position field to, I guess. Okay. We have to call position. Okay. Okay, fair enough. We have to call position. So that makes sense. Okay, so we'll deal with that later. So we have the data. So what if we say const, and we'll say gifts. Thank you for that. I'm not sure. Thanks for the sub, Eddie. I appreciate you. We'll say gifts and set gifts equal to use state. And this will be, how do we want to do this? How do we want to do this? I guess it's not Tinder categories. Let's see, what do we want to do in this situation? So if we go back into here, so this returns inside the results, are these just arrays? Or let's see, there's a URL, there's an ID. I kind of just want, I don't know if we need anything other than just a URL. Although, if we want to freeze them, we need more than the URL, right? Because we want to freeze them again. No, we don't. We only need the URL because we grabbed the entire image. Yeah, so that should be fine. I think we can literally just grab the string URL, string array, and this will just be an empty array to start out. So whenever we get this data, we'll say set gifts, and we'll set gifts to res.data, and then this dot items, and this is dot gotta redo this. Click on this again. This is res.data. Oh, dot results. Not items, dot results. We might want to keep track of next as well, but we can deal with that later. So now what we want to do, keep getting distracted. There's a lot of stuff going on right now around me. I'm sorry. Results, and then it's dot item URL. Results dot item URL. So here we have our item URL. We're adding all of our item URL. Shoot, we want to say, we need to loop through these. We'll say let results equal to res.data.results. We'll say let gif URLs equal to an empty array. We'll say results dot for each URL, or for each, I guess we'll call it item. And what's this problem? Item is declared but never read. It has any type, whatever. We can say that. I don't care. And then this is going to be gif URLs dot push, and we're going to push the, this will be item dot item URL. Right, and then let's go ahead and just console.log our GIF URLs. What is your problem? I don't care. Can I do string array? Are you gonna complain, right? Nope, cool. So let's just take a look at what this looks like. Make sure whenever we click on this, it works properly. We click on this, and we have 30 arrays, or 30, an array of 30 different things. That looks fine. Looks great. Cool. So that's good to go. So from there, now we can go ahead and say set GIFs, and then we're gonna go ahead and pass the GIF URLs and save that, and then we're gonna say if actually no, I don't care about the GIFs change because I don't want to recall anything, so this is fine. So now what we want to do is, thanks for the like, is go through and let's just go ahead and say, we'll do something similar here. So we're going to say gifts. That's what I called it, right? Yeah, gifts dot map. Oh, it's because I need to do curly braces. Duh. Who taught Ethan React? So we'll say gifts dot map. And then let's just go ahead and just map these as images and see what happens. So we're going to say URL. And we're going to go one of these. We're just going to say image. And we're going to say key will equal to just URL. These should be unique. That's fine. And src will equal to URL. And this is going to look horrible probably, just because we haven't set up anything. But then whenever we click on this image, we'll do some stuff. So we're probably going to want to style this or something. Whoops. But let's see if we can get it to update here. So, oh, you know what? We also need to go ahead and set the preview to false. So whenever preview gets set to false, we're not going to map the categories anymore. We'll actually go ahead and map these. So keep in mind that we need to set all these to a different size or uniform height, and then reset a couple other things. So it's not going to look great for now. But if we click on this, okay, so not great. So what happened here? So let's go into the content section. Oh, let's go into the bottomless modal. Let's see what happened here. The scroll box, content, this. So these, all these sources are here. So what's wrong with these sources? Image source. What if I do this? It's there. Is because it's not the actual. Are they playing me here? Let's go back in console.log res.data again. Is there another URL that I should be using instead? I mean, at least it worked, but it didn't work. Results. Item URL. You know what? I bet we just want URL. So let's change this from item URL to just URL. Refresh. So GIF. Huh. Still no bueno, huh? Although that time, let's see what's going on with the elements real quick. So now if we go back into our root, and we go back into bottomless modal, and all of this content. So those are there. So why is this source not working? So it is converting it again. So why is that not working? Interesting. You'd think. Sounds if we copy and paste this and put into Postman. Yeah, we get an entire HTML page. That's weird. That seems weird to me. That it won't just display it. There's Euro, there's item Euro. There's a title, there's tags, and there's an ID. And then there's media formats. Please don't tell me that I have to go into here and get this one. Let me check this on Postman. Oh no. And I bet some of these don't exist on these. Just to make my life absolute hell. I bet some of these don't even work. So we need results.mediaformats.gif. Let's see here. We need where'd it go? Item dot. This is like media formats dot gif dot URL, I think. Media underscore formats. Media underscore formats. Item dot media underscore formats dot gif dot URL. Dot gif dot URL. Okay. This is kind of silly. But let's try again. There we go. There it is. Now my question is, whenever you do that, so it, oh no, this is gonna be, this is gonna be a pain. This puts information in the top search bar. Whenever we search for results, we need to, we have to update the top somehow. So whenever we click on that, then we're gonna need some sort of a, what do we want to do here? We might need to set up a couple things in here. Think about this. So the input ref was basically useless. Well, no, mine's not, because you have to use it, I guess. So basically, we need to say, like, interface, feed, whoops, post, creator, GIF, top, and this is going to be a pain in the backside to deal with this. Props, and this is going to say, we need like a update search bar, and this will take in like a term string, and this will just be void, and then we'll bring it in here. This will be feed, post, creator, GIF, top, props. We'll go ahead and say update search bar. And this is going to get messy because we're going to have to pass this all over the place. Shoot. How are we going to do this? Because we have to call this from... we have to call this from the other spot. We have to call this from the preview. Whenever we click search, what we really need to do is we need like a, I'm gonna get rid of this for now and I'll figure out how we're gonna pass this in a second. Basically what we need is we need like a const string or const update search bar. This needs to take in a string, so it's a term string. Why? I hate you, VS Codes. Oh god, VS Code, stop. And we're gonna say if input ref and input ref dot current. We're gonna say input ref dot current dot value is equal to term. We're also gonna go ahead and say set. I guess maybe it was set input value. Yep. We're gonna set that to term, and we're going to call what are we gonna call? We're gonna call the what am I even trying to say here? Input ref dot current dot focus. Yeah. Whenever we want to do that, we'll update this. Now the thing is, we have to figure out how to actually call this from outside of our component, right? So, so we're gonna need like some sort of state or something in this GIF modal, probably, that kind of keeps track of this. Trying to think here. Yeah, this is a bit of a problem. Passing all this data all over the place is not fun. Man, I really don't want to make a slice. I really don't want to make a slice just for the GIFs. But it's looking like it's going to go towards making a slice just for GIFs. Because of the fact that we had to update that stupid, we had to update that search bar like that. I don't want to really rewrite all of this either. So that's going to be also a massive pain. So now I gotta think about what and how I want to deal with this. Basically, whenever we click on one of these, oh yeah, and the other issue is that, I guess, handle fetch gifts by term. We could call here, we could call a, before we do anything, we could call some function that calls like update the update search term, and then pass in the term, right? And then we can bring this in here. So we could say that our interface for the feed post creator GIF photo preview. Oops. Props is equal to, not equal to this, and we need this update search term, which takes in a term string and returns void, I suppose. So we need to pass it like this. We're gonna need our feed post creator preview props, so we need to break this apart. Update search term, right? So we're gonna have to do like that for sure. So then, I feel like my phone keeps buzzing, but I'm crazy. From then, so then it calls there, and then we need another method here that's like const. We'll just call update search term here as well. That where we're gonna get the term from though is what I'm curious about. That's gonna be the other issue, is where we're gonna get the term from. So update search term, let's just do this for now. And we'll just say term string. And this will do nothing for now. So we'll say update search term, update search term. All right. Console.log the term, I guess. So let's go ahead and see if we can at least, we'll say in the modal plus the term, just to make sure that we can call this and everything. So if we refresh, go into our GIFs, click on ouch. So in the modal ouch. So then basically we need like another one that gets passed in here that actually updates the term. You know what we could do? We could say search term equal to, we can do like term, right? And then we could do something like const term set term equal to use state, and this will be a string. Whoops. String, and start this out is empty. And then what we'll do, this is gonna not work either. Terrific. Yay, this probably won't work either. But search term, what we'll say is back in our modal top, this is gonna scuff everything, by the way. We'll have a use effect. Use effect like so, right? And then maybe we even pass in a maybe we even pass in a we'll say interface, and then feed post creator GIF modal top props, and we'll say equal to, not equal to, update search terms, and this will take in a string, whoops, term string or something. This will be void. Okay, this is a disaster. So feed post GIF. This is a disaster. This is fun though. We'll break this apart. So update search terms, and from here what we'll do is Check my email real quick. Okay, we're fine. All right, so what we'll do from here is, I guess we'll have an on change on the input, I suppose. We already have an on change. So we'll go ahead and wherever we have our handle change, copy paste this. We'll do this. Whoops. We'll do the same exact thing we're already doing. And I went the wrong way. Or where am I? Handle change. We'll call this e.target.value. We're basically duplicating stuff here, but whatever. Okay, then we will watch. We also need to pass search term in here. This is probably gonna cause the nastiest infinite loop I've ever seen in my entire life. So we might have to refactor this entire thing. What can you do? We're gonna watch for the search term to change, and we're going to, I guess, if the search term changes, we're going to call set input value. We're gonna say if not input value. So if we don't already have an input value, then we're gonna say set input value equal to that search term. So if we don't have anything, we'll go ahead and set it to that. Otherwise, what we'll go ahead and do is, and then also we'll go ahead and say if input ref dot current, or if input ref and input ref dot current. If that's the case, we'll also say input ref. Actually, this needs to be a multi-part step. Input ref and then dot current, and this is going to say focus. And let's also go ahead and set the value. Input ref dot current dot value is equal to search term. This is probably going to be an absolute disaster. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass update search terms is equal to update search term, which does nothing currently. So this is just going to say, I guess, set search term, or set term to the term we have there. I guess that should do something. The only thing, let's make sure we're calling it inside of our preview. So in our preview, we're going to call update search term, which comes from up here. Okay, so this is an absolute disaster, but it might work. It just might work. So we're back to here. We click on this. No way it actually worked, guys. No way. Although this is kind of scuffed. I don't know why that's scuffed, but it actually worked. Now, whenever we click on clear, we need to update search term to nothing. And then if there's no search term, we need to see here. That's gonna be another issue, huh? Because whenever you click on the X, it goes back to categories. So we somehow need to figure out how to close this as well. Whenever we clear the input, I'm gonna call const update preview, and I'll say show colon boolean, I guess. And what am I gonna do though? We almost need the preview on this level. Const preview set preview equal to use state boolean. This will start out as true. Then we almost need to pass the preview in here. The preview will equal to preview. And we're gonna need a way to reset preview or update preview. So what we're going to do is come back into preview, and let's go ahead and pass this as well. So preview will be preview will be boolean, and then we'll get rid of the preview here. We'll pass in preview here. And that should be fine. So we don't need set preview now. This should update search term to that term. And what we'll do is we'll add use effect inside of the modal. And we'll say use effect. And we're gonna run an effect each time the term changes. And we'll say if term. They want to say set preview to false. Otherwise, I guess we want this to be more of a try catch. So we'll say set, or not try catch, if else. Set preview false. Otherwise, set preview true. So then whenever we update the actual search term, which if we click on something, it should change, it'll just set preview to false. And I still broke it inside of still an error here. No, never mind, I just need to refresh. So if we click angry, it worked. We need to figure out why. Oh, that one's not scuffed. That's strange. Okay, well that's something. It's a disaster, but it's something. So, let's go back through what we did to get this to work. So, to get this to work, we're going to I'm going to say 15 is modify the feed post GIF modal to hold state information about the current search terms and preview. All right, and so this is what this is going to be. Again, we'll probably have to do even more refactoring than this, but it is what it is. And then 16. I'll say number 16 and then number 17. Number 16, update the feed post creator GIF modal preview. And this part is going to be a disaster and a pain in the backside to fix. But this image will have probably like a class name equal to What do we want to call this? Class name equal to feed dash post dash creator. We might make a whole new component for this. GIF modal preview image, I guess. And let me click on this. Let's see how big these are. It's gonna be height, and then we want to. So these are 131. Although they're not all the same height. I thought they would be. Seems random, honestly. I'm not gonna make it random though. I'm gonna make them all 131 tall. Then I'll make whatever the width, right? So also frozen GIF. How's the frozen GIF working, I wonder? Frozen GIF. Yeah, it doesn't have CSS either. Interesting. Oh, you know what? It might just be the default values. But let's go ahead and make the new file. Feed post creator GIF modal preview.css. And we'll do this. So let's go ahead and do this. Copy. And this will be height, I guess, fit dash content. Width will be 100% of the space that we have. Display will be flex. We'll say flex wrap. And let's see if that breaks what we had working before. So we close out of this. It's working. Kind of. And if we click on this, wrapping, because obviously it's too big. I don't remember how to. We might be able to just do. I think they do like by height. So if we come in here, they dot this, they height 131 px, and then maybe width auto. Didn't do a thing. Let me try to refresh though. Yep, didn't do anything. You love to see it. Has no class name on it. Didn't save it. That would help. Try again. Angry. Still no styling. Feed post creator GIF modal preview image. Need to import the CSS. Classic. Feed post creator GIF modal preview.tsx. Whoops, not TXS, CSS. Right, and then let's see here. Is there a way to make these space evenly? Let's take a look at. So this have width 100%. Cell inner div. So we just have. So there's literally nothing special about this itself. Let's look at this div. Does flex. Flex basis auto, flex direction auto, flex shrink 0. Let's try a couple of these. But it basically works, but not really what I want, honestly. So we definitely have display flex. What if we do flex dash basis auto? This one has flex direction column, but that one doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, well that kind of did something. Flex shrink, and then they have like 0. I don't know what this does. Nothing. And then they have, I'm gonna say flex wrap. I'm curious how so they have like different cells, which is interesting. They have different cells that have different heights. Which is strange. Like this height is 130. And then this part actually has like nothing on it, just a font size, a height, a margin, and flex. This is interesting. They're not all the same width. Because this one I wonder if, you know what? No, they're not the same. It's almost like they calculating random values and then they grab like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like maybe it's always 4 per, well, never mind. It goes 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 3, 3. So it's random. Interesting. Huh. Well, I think that I'm about out of time for the day, unfortunately. I'll mess around with this a little bit this week just to see where I can get with it. But for now, there's a bunch of stuff that I need to obviously figure out here. I'm going to mess around with some CSS to figure out kind of what to do here. And then I will kind of be back here in a couple weeks. So thank you all for stopping by. Hopefully at least people see the beginning so they know the news and understand why I haven't been around. But thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream or the next video.